Welcome back. Welcome back to another video. So, I got to give a shout out. Like, share, subscribe, hit the like button, y'all. I got to give a shout out to SBG. Get Back is your set. SBGB TV. He go in on Wack 100. I don't miss an episode. I love his channel because he keep it real on Wack 100. And based on all his information, I sure do believe that Wack is working with them people, as he say. But so basically, the up big U. I don't like Wack 100 at all. I don't. He remind me of the kind of person you better keep your business to yourself because he gonna tell it. He is gonna tell it, and everybody around him always get in trouble. Now that's what I believe. Now, but I have to agree with what he said. He said he believed that Big U fired his attorney. Dang, all these cars out here. Fired his attorney and went per se to represent himself so he can get the discovery, so he can see all the information that the feds got on him and who is cooperating with the feds. And then when he go to court after he gets the discovery, because when he went to court maybe a month ago or so, he said that he hadn't received the discovery. And then once he go back to court again, then he's gonna say, he need a lawyer. And I said that make perfect sense for him to do that, so he can find out exactly what all the feds got in the paperwork. Then he'll know how to proceed and what he needs a lawyer to do. But that man got 20,000 wiretaps. They got everything. Shit, I don't know. You need to take a plea deal. That's how it look like to me. I would be trying to butt. Now that's what I'll be trying to do, is take a plea deal. Because if you looking at 20,000 wiretaps, you looking at 600 years, you looking at life, you 58, you're going to die in there. You know what I mean? Pretty much. But this is something that just came out. That's why I said, well, now I got some new information. This came out like a week ago. I missed it because I try to stay up to date on everything, y'all. Hit that like button, please. Like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all. And I appreciate my new subscribers. And if y'all don't, make sure you check out SBG. The setback is the get back. SBGBTV. He is awesome. But anyway, I didn't realize like a week ago, Luce Cannon issued statement denying cooperation in the Big U RICO case. Because y'all know that Bricc Baby came out and said that he is cooperating after they had that little squabble and they moved him, and Luce Cannon is locked up with dirt. And Wack 100, Bricc Baby, and No Jumper, DJ Academics, Wack 100 told DJ Act, don't even mess with Luce. Luce is blackball. Ain't nobody messing with him. The only way you going to hear something from him, you got to go on his channel with Sharice Mills. And I really don't like her, so I don't go on there often. And he hadn't really said anything, but this messed me up. Luce Cannon issued statement denying cooperation in Big U RICO. Luce Cannon and Bricc Baby supposedly made comments on No Jumper. I can't stand No Jumper. He a culture vulture, like 1090 Jake, like Trap Lord and Vlad. And we give them all this content and information, and then y'all end up in jail. Y'all just tell all your business to the white folk, and then you go to jail. And I think it's awful. I think I really do. I really do. I can't stand none of them. But anyway, Loose Cannon and Brick Baby supposedly made comments on No Jumper relating to prosecutors' accusations against Big U and their RICO. The Eugene Big U Henley RICO case shocked the hip hop world earlier this year, roping in folks like West Coast rappers Brick Baby and Loose Cannon. These two in particular made comments on the No Jumper platform supposedly relating to prosecutors' allegations against Henley. Now, this is in hip hop news. However, some other rumors also emerged, such as those that Cannon cooperated with law enforcement following his arrest for the RICO. On Friday, May 9th, his legal team issued a statement on these allegations. No Jumper published a copy of that statement on Twitter. Our office represents Termaine Williams, the statement reads. We have not discussed our client's case either publicly or with any third parties. Our client has not cooperated with the government. He remains detained due to the charges the government has brought, of which we are confident he will be found not guilty. Until that happens, the accusations and rumors being circulated online that he is a snitch put our client in harm's way. Our office is in the process of sending cease and desist letters to each platform that has circulated these false narratives. And so I see that No Jumper on X, he did post the statement on X. Cannon's real name, Termaine Williams, is fortunately not alone on this journey. Apparently, Luce Cannon is cellmates with Brick Baby. Well, we found out that was a lie. Because I couldn't understand that. Why would the feds normally don't no police put people together that know each other? They keep them separated. But they came out and admitted that was a lie, which they revealed in a prison call with the former's partner. As for other updates in the Big U case, federal authorities allege they intercepted around 20,000 phone calls. This also includes, as well as numerous audio and video recordings. Oh, they got video too, according to court documents. He's so done. He done. I don't see no way for him to get out unless he start dropping them red ROMs, and he gonna have to drop a whole lot of them to get this reduced. In addition, there are a lot of other pieces of alleged evidence prosecutors want to use. Police reports, search warrants, tax returns, files of criminal history, recordings, and photographs. Meanwhile, the allegations against Luce Cannon remain quite unclear and do not have a lot of alleged evidence behind them. We will see if any court developments change their story. It seems like defendants in the Rolling 60s RICO case want to delay the trial further due to scheduling conflicts, but there are still a lot of complex matters left to address as we're still in the very early stages of this case. So this was out of hip hop. Let me make sure. Oh, shoot. Hot new hip hop. That's the latest. So let's get off into now. We're going back into this video with Wack 100 talking about what happened at No Jumper when Luce Cannon paralyzed Marciano. And Marciano was an older gentleman. And he was just giving Jay Reed a ride up there so he can go to the studio. That's all he was doing. This man ain't never been in trouble. Y'all got to pay for that. You too, I hope he sued the hell out of No Jumper. I hope he does. Oh, shoot. Where is it at? Oh, it ain't on this phone. Hold on. It's on this phone. That's our first video. Hold on. It's on this phone. Yep, here we go.
You sent me that text, Adam. Yeah. I got your little text, Adam. You know, you and your little scheduler, Laura. You know, how you couldn't call me on the phone and tell me that, Adam. Like, why you couldn't be a man, you know what I'm saying, the man you say you are, the 22ster, why you couldn't call me on the phone, Adam, and have that conversation with me? Why, and you gonna go on the Adam and Laura Wack text blast, and then you gonna say what you said? I got you. Check it out, Adam. It don't work that way. I don't go away that easy, homie. Yeah, I'm an exposer. I got your message. I got your little instructions. But that don't mean I gotta agree to it or hear it. See, Adam, we got a contract. You understand what I'm telling you? And once a week, we supposed to meet at a certain set time, Adam. A time that you set. But now all of a sudden, because all this going on with bro, you want to get on there with the scheduler and send me these text messages, but you couldn't call and tell me, Adam. Come on, bro. And that right there is when Wack 100 basically gave the whole chat hints that he basically saying that Adam has a lot to do with this whole situation that took place behind no jumper. Now,
this is Sting K.
Adam is trying to talk his way out of it and not insert himself in it when he had all to do with it. So we're going to see what else he had to say, y'all. Hit that like button. Happy New Year's to everybody, man. Let's get a quick 100 likes on this video real fast, man, and we're going to get right into it. We got some more. What kind of white man are you? Huh? You make me feel like you a huffy guy. No guy came up riding a BMX. I mean, me personally, I was a mongoose type of guy. But nothing against BMX. Right? But for you to send me a text saying what you said and not call me and tell me that, and then you talking to me like you just know I'm going to agree to that. Listen, man, Adam, you know what time it is. You know what I... So it seems to me like Adam 22 trying to disassociate himself with Wack.
Right,
like man,
because of J. Reed. Let me go past this a little bit.
That's all these things I've been hearing, right? I watched this Rick Rock interview. Rick Rock, how dare you? Compton Rick Rock and Compton Rick Rock TV. But those of y'all don't know, go over there and check out his channel.
I like Rick Rock.
Kind of shit up there, like it's crazy. It's like I don't know what Compton Rick Rock is doing. He got low ride and stuff. This nigga got skits.
I like Rick Rock.
Movie type little things. You know, he got some exclusive interviews and all this, and you know, Compton Rick Rock. I mean, bro, if you go this like Rick Rock TV, he's a Crip, so he spelled it RICC TV on YouTube. Man, y'all go over there, man, and comb through his content and tell me if y'all see what I see. I'm like, yo, Rick Rock, oh, you can't be serious. Now you want to use Wack as content? Because all that other content, all them movies and skits and all them low riding and all that stuff you didn't put up, all that stuff you got up on your channel. You got a bunch of stuff on your channel. Now you want to use me, Rick Rock? If y'all don't know Rick Rock, go over there and check his yo. I don't even want to say nothing. Y'all just go check his channel out, and y'all tell me what y'all think.
I like Rick Rock. Let me go past this.
And don't listen. A man could cry, but here's the problem. You say you from 11-8 Gangsta Crip. Now, nothing against the 11-8 Gangsta Crips. I've been in these streets 35, 36 years. When I hear 11-8, it's neighborhood East Coast Crip. First thing kind of my mental. That's just what it is. I done dealt with a lot of them niggas. Them niggas is 11-8s, 6 deuces, 7 6s, and quite naturally my home team, the 8 9s. You know, I ain't taking nothing away from all the other East Coasters. And, you know, I got to get 1-9-0, but they like, I think they like block Crips or whatever, right? But, you know, niggas in the joint, you know, niggas put their work in, you know. But I'm confused about how this worked today. That I did get a call last night from one of my close friends telling me, Wack, my relative is from 11-8 Gangsta Crip. I believe it's like U-Mob or something like that. I'm just learning. I want to say eucalyptus and Hawthorne,
Eucalyptus
18 to whatever, right? I said, okay. He said, yeah. Dude say he want to get out with Luce Cannon for what happened with his big homie. I said, oh, so you telling me is really a gang member? So the dude that come up there and no jumper is really a gang member. Okay, so they want to get out with Luce Cannon what? Well, they felt like, you know, he fought.
That's a lie. Marciano is not a gang member. Never was a gang member that got paralyzed. That's a lie. I don't know if Jay Reed is a gang member or not. I don't know. But that was foul what y'all did.
Whoa, Charlie. Let me do this math. Luce Cannon following the homie. The homie don't fight back. So then his homies want to get out with Luce Cannon. That's a different type of math. The math that I come up from is this. Luce Cannon following the homie. Homie don't get down. He come back to the hood. Homie get a DP. So it seemed to me like Wack 100 trying to get this dude DP, man. I don't know what type of situation these dudes had going on, but, man, it's deeper than what we think, man. And y'all got to pay attention to everything, man. You know, if it came up on the internet, it's content, so you know we going to run it. But, man, y'all let me know how y'all feel about that, man. We going to let Wack speak, man. And then they make him run his fade with Luce Cannon. I mean, if we talking about how we're supposed to go. In Compton, Rick Rock, you sat there and let that man and didn't say,
Y'all stop.
shut up with all that quiet. Shut up with all that quiet, cuz. It ain't Chris too. Chris popping up, cuz. Rock. The Rick Rock I know. Again, we talking about Rick Rock TV. He's a Crip, so he spells everything with 2 C's. He's over there on YouTube. You know, I don't want to hear his channel and all the things he got. Say this. We talk too much shit about this cripping, this blood, this powering, this hoovering, this surrendering. We talk too much shit about this to be nigga power this, neighborhood this, gangster this, who this, to this. You take an L and you.
That's not funny to me at all.
Like, I'm sympathetic. Y'all know. Civilians, bro, this is what it is. We got to protect the civilians. But, bro, don't be.
Marciano is a civilian. He's a civilian.
Don't be like running around here on a gangster crib, carve this, blood this, soup whoop, all this, and then you take an L, and then now you want the sympathetic vote. That's crazy, man. You come up to somebody, play some business, come up there lurking. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like, if people make threats all day long, we don't know what nobody is on.
And that's another lie. Luce Cannon kept calling Jay Reed, where you at, man? Where you at? Y'all set that up before Jay Reed even got up there. You kept calling him, where you at? And he thinking he going to the studio.
Shout out to Dash Network, Mozzie Maz. You know what I'm saying? We had great meetings. I think we launching shit this week or Monday. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Travis Ford. Shout out to Luce Cannon. You know what I'm saying? The Dasha.
Shout out to Luce Cannon, and then you done got the man blackballed. Ain't nobody messing with him. Only his girl.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me go past this.
As a Paru, I got to take 2 steps back and let the crippin' cripulate. That's it. What you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? Because the way you was talking to nephew, I never would have believed that you be up there on Rick Rock channel, on Rick Rock TV. I never thought you'd be doing that, bro. I mean, it's just crazy. Like, now you up there over this and over that. You shouting out companies nobody never heard of. Bro, you should have just, like, I don't know, bro. You know, you can't come up there talking about, oh, nigga, you want to leave. Niggas come up here regardless if we supposed to be up here or not. Niggas culture vulture, the white boy and all this shit. And y'all go for this nigga.
He is a culture vulture, and y'all still go up there, y'all gang members, and then end up in jail. Y'all go on Vlad, Trap Lore, and Jordan Tower, and 1090 Jake, which I got a big, can't say, 1090 Jake, your day coming for what you did. You released that paperwork on Larry Hoover, and it's from 1968. You gonna pay for that shit.
Playing and all this shit, and woo, come on, bro. You cannot come up to a place of business where we do business with this man, and you like pressing in press mode, and then use a gangster grip, and you talking to a hustler grip, and I don't get it. I don't get it, bro. Like, I don't get it. Like, bro, like, certain things I know, bro, that I just know it just come with it if you're doing certain things. And then it's like, I don't know, bro. To all the left make gangster Chris, bro, over there in Hawthorne, bro. I think y'all know what I'm saying, bro. The politics got the politics, bro. The biggest thing, he pushing the line, he pushing it. I'm going to sue him. Sue what?
As he should. You should. Marcian, I hope you sue the hell out of No Jumper. Sue them all. That's right. Sue them. That's right. You doing that now, Wack? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I hope they sue the hell out of y'all. What you did to Marciano, who is a civilian. Okay. Now I need to do this. Correct. I need to put that down for the prophetic word. Oh, I have to write that down. Okay. Now we're going into this Nipsey hustle. Now we're going to do this one first.
Community once the killer found. There have been rumors circulating. So a short while ago, community leaders held a news conference here asking on everyone to be patient to allow detectives to fully investigate.
Then, after Nip passed, you start hanging out with him. Facts.
Dan, Nipsey Hussle's fans, family, and closest friends all agree he's one of the realest MCs out there of his time. Now, this title isn't just because of his rhymes, talking about the life in South LA, but because he's creating change.
Did you actually get in several altercations with Nipsey?
When the LAPD told me that
This is 304 Street Stories.
My spirit said, oh, that's what it was. Because I already knew it.
Didn't you try to line him up several times?
LA County prosecutors are laying out their case against the man charged in the killing of Grammy Award-winning rapper Nipsey Hussle. During opening statements, they told the jury the shooting was premeditated.
Who said you was in town? Why do you need an alibi? Why do you need an alibi for the day that Nipsey died?
Nipsey Hussle's older brother, Black Sam, sat down with legendary radio personality Big Boy on his off-air interview series. In a recently published episode, Big Boy and Black Sam talked about a bunch of topics, ranging from Sam and Nipsey's childhood to Nipsey's untimely death that shook up the rap world. Toward the end of the interview, around the 107 mark, Black Sam opened up about the day Nip was killed in 2019. Black Sam remembered being optimistic that Nipsey would make it as they headed to the hospital, but admitted to having his faith shaken when Nip ultimately passed from his injuries.
The music community is in mourning after a rising star rap artist was shot and killed in Los Angeles. 33-year-old Nipsey Hussle was gunned down in front of the clothing store he owns yesterday afternoon. 2 other men were also shot. Hussle was nominated for his first Grammy this year for Best...
I gotta be honest. From that P. Diddy trial and Lauren London introduced Nipsey to Diddy, and they listened to the records together, and the way P. Diddy get down, it ain't a doubt in my mind he was hitting Lauren London too. And the Mia girl who just testified that Lauren London was there quite a few times, you know, when she was assaulted, because she was Cassie's friend, like in the kitchen. Ain't no doubt in my mind he hit that. And now I always blame Big U for that. But it would not surprise me if Diddy had something to do with that, and Lauren London. I'm just saying how wicked Hollywood is. And if you think Diddy got down with the sacrifices, the rituals, and all of that, because he's a Luciferian as well. This is some more stuff coming up. And you know, I remember Black Sam saying pretty much that his family can't stand Lauren London. I see now. We ain't know. It's going to be some more stuff coming out about that. Watch. And I think she got to testify. If I'm not mistaken, Lauren got to hit that stand. This is going to be real interesting.
Rap album, and he collaborated with stars such as Snoop Dogg and Rick Ross. After the shooting, his fans gathered near the scene.
He cared about us. I care about him. You don't understand what he meant to us. He was here for all of us. Yeah. Whoever did that, they was wrong. God don't like ugly.
This interview would take the internet by storm, triggering more speculation about Big U being involved with the murder of Nip. It's no secret that there was tension between Nip and Big U before he was killed. Wack 100 would take to Clubhouse to voice his opinion about the entire situation, even going as far as exposing the murder of Fats and why he was killed.
Fats put Big U on his pockets. Dang. Big U tried to take off on Nip, and Fats took off on Big U and set him on his pockets. In front of everybody. was out of here.
It wouldn't be long before Big U would respond to the recent flood of allegations being brought up against him. Yeah, we're going up, man. We're going up.
Tonight is Bricc, Club 11. You already know we outside.
What club we going to?
Club 11.
We're going to Club 11 tonight.
The hottest shit in Miami, Club 11.
Yeah. All I do is uplift people, man. I don't worry about this fuck shit, man. Y'all gotta understand, man. People gonna talk. These lanes make money off of using Big U name. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna never pull up. But one thing is for certain, right? Everything they say Big U did it, man. They got me doing so much motherfucking shit, I don't even know what the fuck I don't even know what I'm coming. Then I didn't do it.
We got you a whole bunch of different places at one time.
At one time. They say, y'all, you know, it's another new one too. I got into it with Fats. Let me give y'all the information on that. I ain't never got into it with Fats. Fats is my little homeboy. Ever in my life, me and Fats ever got into it with nobody. Never, ever. So, you gotta figure that one out anyway. So, all that shit them fuck niggas telling y'all stupid for listening to any of that shit. But y'all been listening and responding to this fuck shit these niggas been saying for the last, what, this 6-7 years? Why you gonna stop? No, longer than that. Longer than that. Y'all was accusing me of shit that I didn't even do. And what's funny, I wasn't even in town. So figure that one out. But I ain't gonna address this. We winning. How about that? We
Oh,
winning.
let me turn down this TV, y'all. Hold on, let me let that play.
We ain't losing.
Surprisingly, Big U wouldn't be the only one who had something to say about the murder of Nip. Mika Love, a certified baddie from the trenches of LA, will go live to speak on the events that took place before, during, and after the death of Nip.
They saying Big U said shitty. I don't know, bro. I don't know if Big U said shitty, but when that shit with Nipsey first popped off, when it first happened, everybody in LA thought Big U said shitty. We all thought that. We all did. We thought it was Big U, and then we thought it was like, no, it wasn't Big U, blah, blah. And then it was like, oh yeah, it was the government. Like, come on now, that's what the world was saying, the government on some weird shit. But all of LA, yeah, we all thought Big U did it. We already been felt like it, cause like Black Sam said, I didn't even watch that interview. I honestly didn't. I saw a couple of clips or whatever, but living in LA, I remember when Big U and Nip got into it because Nip didn't want to be under his label no more, because Big U was trying to Big U had bought the Crenshaw label, the Crenshaw brand and shit like that, and yeah, basically trying to extort Nip and had him in a fucked up ass deal. So when Nip finally got out of that deal, you know what I'm saying, he went about his way or whatever, and Big U didn't like that. And so they had animosity or whatever. This is just me living in LA, I know this. And then I remember when Nip started fucking with YG, and he had brought YG to the 60s.
Mm-hmm, I heard that story.
Brought YG to the 60s. I remember Big U was trying to pop shit about it, like how you bringing this whoop-de-whoop nigga to the hood, this and that. And Nip peeled out his shirt, and he was like, nigga, I'll get out for cuz whoop whoop. And Nip had to run phase to have YG in the 6-0s, but he did that. But Big U was trying to give him a hard time because Big U was mad that he wasn't trying to give him no money. You know, he didn't want to be under that deal no more. So that's what that was. So I remember that. So then when Nip died, because I remember Nip didn't want nothing to do with Big U. So when he got killed or whatever, all of LA was like, Big U did that shit. Big U did that shit. Because who would have known? Who would have known? People, you had to be a part of the 6-0s. You had to be in his circle to know. Everybody knew Nip. If you saw that Maybach on Slauson, that Nip was there. Everybody knew that. We always knew that. Frontlining that, dying over that is crazy. Yeah. But yeah, so everybody knew that when his Maybach is on Crenshaw, that Nip is there or whatever. But like Black Sam said, I seen that clip where he was like, usually niggas be having burners and stuff. That's what, when you live in LA, we all know that it's like it's always burners, and it's like in a spot. That was a spot. So it's always burners up in there to protection, and it's hello, it's Nipsey, bro. So you'll be stupid. All LA kept saying like, bro, why nobody had no burners? Why nobody was shooting back? Why nobody was doing nothing? Like nobody shot back. Nobody did nothing. And that is crazy to have no burners, right? So
Facts.
when we look at that, all of LA was just like, nah, that was an inside job. Because there's no way in hell you got Nip in the parking lot on Slauson and Crenshaw, and there's no burners, like at all. So it was like, so Big U, did Big U pay all the niggas in the spot not to have the burners?
Now come on.
I mean, you know, to like lack.
Or did Diddy have something to do with it?
Or like did also on top of sending shitty, because like how he came 2 times, came the first time he scoped out the scenery. We saw all of that, right? That was very, very evident. And then and then he come back in a red shirt to shoot old boy, to shoot Nipsey. But it's like usually niggas in LA, like in a spot like that, niggas be on point looking at everything. So after the first time he came, niggas should have recognized him, and they seen him coming back. They should have been like, oh, this is the second time. That's like when a car going around your block. Like this car just went around the block like twice. And when it come again, that's the same car. Niggas be on that type of stuff. So it's like, I feel like that's why Black Sam don't fuck with none of them, because he feel like them niggas either fucked up or they was in on it. So I get
Facts.
I get it. I totally get it. But is somebody gonna do something about it? Probably not.
Link to Mika's channel is pinned in the comments. Go check out the entire live and drop her a like, comment, and sub.
You might as well call him the president of the hood then. Barack Obama of the streets.
There was so much more he could have did. He was only 33 years old.
He seemed to walk a fine line between the hood and a hope for a new world. Rising out of poverty and violence, making it big, as documented in this Midas Touch video.
Nip did more than his own thing. Nip took care of the poor people around here, the homeless. He took one homeless dude off the streets,
Hop your ass in with
and put him in his Rolls Royce and pushed the shopping cart away and took him and bought him jewelry and got him haircuts and put him on his feet. Nipsey was nothing short of a servant to the people.
Yep.
They told him the problem, and then he took it to the powers that be that the other people didn't have access to.
So is he a bridge?
He's the architect of the bridge.
Born Ermias Ashkadom, he started out selling mixtapes
Yeah,
from his
he was
large
fine.
home.
He was
famously
fine.
sold CDs for $100,
Fine as
empowering
one.
his indie label All Money In. Finding success in music, teaming his independent label with Atlantic Records.
Nipsey could have went Hollywood, made some money. And
You was part of the setup, cowboy. Ain't a doubt in my mind.
He died trying to save less fortunate people.
Many of his anthems, including the title track on his album Victory Lap,
every few shows, I just buy some new gold. Circle got smaller, everybody can't go.
speak to the disparity between the life he was living and the life he came from. Hustle was all in, committed to ridding the streets of the same violence that ensnared him as a youth. He admitted to being a member of a gang and even spent time behind bars. Hustle began buying up space in this strip mall on Crenshaw Boulevard and Slauson Avenue, combining his street cred with his business savvy, transforming the block.
He was attempting to make a statement about how life should be and how it should be elevated.
One of the number one things that Nipsey did that was positive, in my opinion, was he started something in the community with.
Man. You can't make this up. Damn thing done went away. You can't make it up. No, you can't. I think I'm closer on this phone. Don't make no sense. Let me put this other phone. Give me a second, y'all. I'll try to make my videos like an hour. This just don't make no sense. I want to do too. Oh, damn, I passed it. Oh, so that was quick. So let me go back. I'm almost there, y'all. I should put on my robe. Shit, it's cold in here. I don't want to turn on no heat. Okay, here we go. Okay, let me delete that video. Damn. Okay, this is where they saying he would have been paralyzed if he would have survived. This is Crown TV Courts. This ain't gonna be but a minute.
Okay. Was an autopsy performed on an Ermias Joseph Ascadon on April 1st, 2019? Yes. Who performed that autopsy? The doctor who performed it is Dr. Dutra. Are you familiar with Dr. Dutra? Yes, he is a colleague of mine. Colleague of yours, meaning he works for the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner? Yes. Approximately how long have the two of you been colleagues? For a few years. When a deputy medical examiner who performs an autopsy is not available, does the county coroner send other doctors or prepare other doctors to look at reports, photographs, x-rays, or other information to see if the new doctor can form an opinion as to what caused the person's death? Yes. Is that common? That is a common practice, yes. Did you do that in this case? I did. Tell us what you did. In this case, I did review Dr. Dutra's autopsy report. I viewed x-rays on the case as well as photographs, and I reviewed the investigative information as well. Okay, after reviewing all of that information, were you able to form your own independent opinion as to what caused Mr. Ascadon's death? Yes. What is that opinion? My opinion to his cause of death is multiple gunshot wounds, and the manner of death is homicide. Okay, at this time, I want to show you. Before I do that, let me ask you just to state what that student? Yes. Did those photographs show individual wounds? They did. I'm not going to show any of those photographs this afternoon, but I want to show you Form 20, which shows an anatomical diagram, front and back of a person. Do you recognize this exhibit? I do. This is Grand Jury Exhibit number 35, showing Coroner's Diagram Form 20, which is a common... Yes. So we're looking at 10 separate gunshot wounds? At least. All right, can you walk us through them quickly? Yes, so the first one would be gunshot wound number 1. That one is actually diagrammed on a separate diagram to the head. To talk about that gunshot wound, that was a gunshot wound that only went through the scalp and did not enter into the skull or the brain. Let's show you that now since you're talking about gunshot wound 1.
Wow.
Sure. I'm showing you Grand Jury Exhibit number 36, Coroner's Diagram number 22, gunshot wound number 1.
Wow.
Yes.
2 shots to the head.
Entered at the lower chest. That wound, I'm trying to refresh my memory. Is it okay if I refer to the autopsy report? If that will assist you in refreshing your recollection? Yes. Madam Foreperson, with your permission? Yes? Yes. Thank you. So to repeat, gunshot wound number 4 entered the right part of the chest. It entered into the chest cavity, puncturing the lung again, and it exited the right back of the right shoulder. I'm sorry, part of the right thigh, and that wound that I consider to be the wound that possibly could have entered. So it was a graze wound to the right elbow right there. And because it was a graze wound to an extremity, if you can imagine, if your arm is in a number of locations, it's possible where the bullet that passes through that area could have re-entered toward the torso or the lower extremities or the lower part of the body. Can you bring that microphone a little closer to you? Yes.
Let me get back. I just want to get to the
As I said, the graze wound is in his legs. All right, thank you. No further questions. Grand jurors, if you have a question, please raise your hand so that...
So what they were saying that if he would have survived, he would probably have been paralyzed.
Well, his music inspired a generation, and his death made him a legend.
Yes, just 3 years after the murder of LA rapper Nipsey Hussle, his clothing store, where he was shot to death, still draws crowds. But also with the crowds comes crime. And today, the LA City Council voted to close the area near the intersection of Slauson Avenue and Crenshaw Boulevard for up to 18 months. KCAL9's Joy Benedict explains what's been happening.
I grew up in LA in the 90s, in the Crenshaw district.
It is a neighborhood Nipsey Hussle put on the map, first in life and then in death.
My real name is Ermias Escobar. My first name means God will rise.
But today, the area known as Nipsey Square is fenced in.
I believe they should let them see it because they come from all over the world.
Kabu is a vendor.
Yep, I went up there in 2021. LA is awful. I would never go back, but I did go to the mural and they were out there, the 60s, selling merchandise and all that. And I sat and talked, went to the Fat Burger behind it, but at that time it was all fenced in. Had a great time.
We got some lady rappers, some LA rappers.
He set up shop inside his green machine, honoring the culture of Crenshaw after the rapper died. 3 years later, he still sells merchandise to tourists who come to feel a connection to the Grammy-winning artist.
Take their pictures and they come and buy stuff and have a nice time.
How lucrative is this business for you?
It's pretty lucrative. It's very lucrative. It's better than selling drugs.
And although murals and photos of Hussle are posted at every turn, the city council voted to put up a gate and barriers to block the alley behind his now closed store, citing an increase in shootings, robberies, thefts, and drug abuse. The theory is this fence will help stop crime.
It's crime in Hollywood. It's crime in Beverly Hills.
Right.
It's crime everywhere.
Kabu admits some have been robbed, and neighbors say it's tourists.
We can only try to stop it as much as we can over here. And that's what we've been doing.
Despite the vote, neighbors say this alley has actually been closed for about 6 months, but now it will remain closed for at least 18 more.
Now, when they try to come, to look and take the pictures they hear so much about, they can't get through.
Right.
Drives a tour bus through LA's legendary hip-hop spots. He says people are disappointed, as are these tourists from Texas.
I had to come here. I wanted to come here just to say
I did too, and I did it.
Seem to be stopping the traffic or the hustle.
Yeah, it brought me up for everybody. Everybody that wanted some money.
Is this what Nipsey would have wanted?
No, I don't think so.
For the man who worked so hard to help bring up his neighborhood, and everyone who lived here still does just that. But those who make a
This Dave East. I like Dave East.
About Nipsey's impact on you. Like, you talked about how
It's Dave East.
the catalyst for starting this. Like, you have lyrics like he had you out on Slauson, like you asked him how to start a clothing line, stuff like that. So talk about how big of impact he had on you and how you operate and how you carry yourself and that hopefully you as a person.
Right. That was the homie, bro. I feel like and it usually play out that way. Like, I feel like everybody got on it more once he passed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
But when he was here and then I could contact him and call him and shit like that, he was giving the same game that you see on all these memes and shit now of him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just his day-to-day regimen and just shit he was into. Like, you know what I mean? Would make me want to just tighten my own shit up, like on this coast. Like, he had the West Coast, I'm over here, so it was like he just was like really laying the blueprint for my type of nigga.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
While he was here, he was laying the blueprint. He was the first nigga I seen with that Maybach.
Facts. He left a blueprint. Yes, he did. I like this guy here. He on Black Culture Vulture.
Let me ask you a question. I've asked this to a few different people and gotten some very interesting answers. You come in contact with Nipsey, you respect him. You were hanging out with his homies,
Absolutely.
his artists at the time that, his murder happened. So you're somewhat close to this, to him and his situation in your own way.
Absolutely.
let's just say that Eric Holder never got caught.
Mm-hmm.
And you're driving around in Vegas, and there you see him at a
I would
parking
smoke
lot.
it. I would smoke.
You would kill him.
Mm-hmm. Right there.
That's exactly what Trady said.
Mm-hmm.
Just to honor the code that I live by, if I could have followed him and got away, and thought I had a reasonable chance to get away with it, yeah, I'd have popped it.
Okay, but had you not gotten away, you would be facing premeditated murder?
Mm-hmm.
What degree of murder would that be in that situation?
First degree.
First degree, which means premeditated. You had
Vlad act like he don't know. I can't stand him.
To do something to him, to murder him. You stalked him and, you carried out your plan.
first degree is the highest level.
Yes. Yeah.
First degree murder, well, with your background, with your criminal record, would be life in prison. It'd be no possibility of parole. Doesn't matter.
Get
It
down.
was for the greater good. Doesn't matter what this guy did. You'd be convicted of murder and gotten life in prison. And you'd be willing to take that on in order to kill this person.
I'd be willing to take that risk.
That risk. Just because Eric Holder is the most hated man in the country right now, you killing him would not give you a...
It would have been better, like, for them not to catch him. So we could have killed, somebody could have killed his ass. You know what I mean? So
I agree. I have to say, I agree.
being in jail. You know what I mean?
So that brought no closure to you.
Hell no.
So
that
if he
ain't,
gets
that ain't justice for us. We gonna kill him. Like,
okay, so life in prison, if he gets sentenced
nobody
to
give a
life,
fuck about that.
No one
man.
cares.
Like,
Sure don't.
you gotta die too. You
Facts.
gotta go to your funeral and see your ass laid up.
Facts. I agree.
so you would risk your own freedom.
Absolutely.
Okay.
For the right reason, yeah.
And you
In a heartbeat.
and this situation would be the right reason.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely.
So calling the police is not an option.
No.
No.
Hell no.
Huh.
He's a dirtbag. Like, come on, man.
I agree.
You gonna get some other dirtbags to get him? Like, that's, come on, bro.
I mean, that's real. Me personally, I would call the police.
Of course.
I know,
like,
because you white
I'm not
and
going
a culture
that's a million,
vulture.
bro. Come on.
And I've interviewed Nipsey, and I have a lot of respect for him as well.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to risk my own life.
Yeah, I mean, we feel deeper. We got different things inside of us. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, and I respect it. This is why I ask.
yeah, yeah.
And some people gave me an answer like yours. Some people said no comment. You know?
Nah, fuck that.
But yeah, I think that's real.
Yeah.
So, and I heard rumors of people getting shot and houses getting shot up and stuff like that around his situation.
Absolutely.
But I wasn't able to verify any of those. So I'm not going to say
Yeah.
what I heard.
Yeah, it's out there. I mean,
But it's out there.
There's some rumors. Yeah.
There's some rumors of
Mm-hmm.
associates and whatever else, family
Look
members,
at you
whatever else.
trying to
That's
get
actually
another
stuff.
nigga in
His little brother
prison.
killed himself.
His
2
little
days
brother
after.
killed himself?
Yeah, committed suicide. Eric Holder's little brother committed suicide.
Is that for sure?
Yeah, it was in the paper. Shit.
It was in the paper.
Mm-hmm.
So Eric Holder's little brother killed himself.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
his
you
name.
knew this bad.
Yeah.
Over what his brother did?
Just, it was too much. Like, I guess all the family members are getting killed. You know what I'm saying? And then he's so close. I mean, naturally, he's probably going to come to him. So he probably felt the pressure or something. You know what I mean?
Out move.
Of course. I mean,
It's not like his little brother put him up to it.
nah. But, some people, the hood has everybody trapped, lad. It's like, if you in the hood, that's how far you going to think. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
you think
true.
as far as the street you was raised on. Like,
That's true.
That's how people think over there. So he probably just couldn't take it.
Well, I'm going to say this, man. We're not trees. We can get up
Absolutely.
and go other places. We're not stuck
you have
where
a
the
whole-
seed was planted.
I tell people, man, you have a computer on your shoulders.
Let me see. All right, y'all. Give me a minute. Oh, yes, shoot. It's almost my hour. Dang, it'll never be enough time. I guess I'm only going to be able to do 2. I got to get up at, in about 4 hours. Maybe I ain't going to go in the morning. How about that? I might not get up and go and do Amazon this morning. I might just wait till the evening. Which is probably what I'm going to do. Let's this date? Is this it? I think this is it. Hold on, y'all. That was on little. No, we don't want to do it. Hold on, y'all. I'm there. I just gotta find the exact video that I want to play. I'm there. I be having so much information. Turn that down, please. Now, how I switch over to Diddy? I didn't want talking about Diddy today. Oh, this just don't make no sense. Y'all stop. That's the cats. Y'all quit fighting. Oh, here we go. I like him sometimes.
It's like he forgot.
This is the criminal lawyer.
And what he was doing was illegal decades ago, and he has since been a fixture on the internet, talk shows, and podcasts. All things that law enforcement have looked at closely as part of this investigation. Oh, gee, what did I tell you? He's on podcasts. I like the fame. What did the mob fucking hate more than anything else? Notoriety, attention. They wanted everything quiet. Why do you think John Gotti, wound up where he was? Remember, he was the dapper Don. It's no different than these guys. And why is that? They wanted it quiet because they didn't want to fucking make noise, because the empty barrel is the loudest one. He has maintained the image of an entertainment industry entrepreneur, running a music label. And
I don't hear this. Let me just delete that. That's just too long. I thought he was gonna get to the point. I do like him, but Okay, so we done with that one. Okay, cool. So shoot, I'm probably gonna end in a few minutes, and then I'm coming back on trilateral commission. Now let me delete that. We ain't playing that. Just went through that. Y'all give me a minute. I love unique Mecca audio. This on Bricc, baby.
Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Bricc Baby calls in to No Jumper to Adam 22 on a federal phone making a three-way call. Watch this video all the way to the end. I'm going to explain to you how the feds is playing chess and these dudes is playing checkers. All right? Pay attention. Make sure you subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel at Juanita Mecca Audio J-U-A-N-I-T-A.
I love him.
They know that, they're not even going to act like they know that this is an innocent call. They like, if you made this call, what other calls you made? And they got everything recorded, and they're allowing them to do this. And they still getting evidence because they're locked up, right?
Facts.
For things that was allegedly said on a podcast.
Facts.
I want to say this, right? So you understand. Everybody's yelling, right? And I'm not defending Wack. I'm just defending the code. So y'all like saying I'm defending. Like they were saying I was defending Puffy. Wack did not get, right? Wack did not get Big U locked up. You know what I mean? That
Shit. Yes, he did.
Wack do was repeat.
He had something to do with it, unique.
Social media, fill in the blanks, and then Big U went up there himself and made videos and a YouTube channel called Checking In, telling people they gotta check in, and then now you want to say that Wack got Big U locked up.
He did.
Checking for people having to check in with him when Big U got a YouTube channel, a whole podcast saying the check-in. I seen a video where Big U also said, hey, if you don't check in, we can't protect you. We can't tell you what's happening.
He did. I saw that video too.
What does that have to... Where did they need Wack or anyone in that situation for the check-in?
Facts.
Now, these other things where Luce Cannon went up there talking about Nipsey Hussle. There's so much I can speak about, but I want y'all to hear this call. But I just wanted to get that off my chest because my man 10 Toes Down, go check him out. We had an interview that we put
I like
on
him.
TV joint, 10 Toes Down TV, him and Jamal Saladin. And, as they said, they rolled up on me about they felt like I was defending Wack. No, I'm defending the honor of the street. Wack did not get him locked up. Big U got himself locked up for what he did on social media. That's like, let's ride before I play this tape. I get in a little ride. That's like me. I'm riding around and I got 30 cars. I'm changing cars to match outfits. So if I got a lime green jacket, that I like, I go get a lime green car to match the jacket. And if I got a Dapper Dan outfit, a Gucci outfit, red and green, I go get a red and green Jeep, or something like that to go rock to match, the jacket. And then the feds pick me up. And they now picture me saying, yo, somebody told on me. No, I told on myself going to buy cars to match jackets. You know what I mean? I told on myself. I take my responsibility. Now Big U need to take his responsibility. If Wack was when Wack was doing all this going on to you, you had no business going up there, Big U, saying, yo, y'all got to check in with me. No, they didn't check in. Woo, woo, woo. And that joint that I see that man, what's his name, Jay Prince do with the NBA Youngboy joint, where the boy got robbed at gunpoint, which is a criminal offense, and then Jay Prince winds up with his umbrella and his keys and said someone gave it to him. All of that right there, the feds would have been...
Honey, but NBA Youngboy is the only one I know that stood up to Jay Prince. He said, keep them keys. That's my favorite rapper. He said, keep them keys. I got another set. I said, go ahead, young boy. I love him.
Been looking into that. If NBA would have reported it, like in that manner, like a regular civilian, but Youngboy told the man, keep them keys.
Sure
did.
They
made another. But what I'm saying is they see all of this with this check-in is extortion. Even if you ask them to check in, and you pay going to the high school to go see the kids. You understand what I'm saying? You're supposed to ask them to go see the kids. You're not supposed to tell him, well, in order to check in, you have to meet me over here and see the kids. If that's what happened. I'm just saying. But I'm sure Big U just said, yo, make sure when you come see me and you check in with me, we're going to meet up over there and we're going to show some love to the kids. And I'm sure it wasn't sitting extorting mode, but I just want
let me.
Does he really think he's whispering on a federal phone that's being recorded?
Right.
Listen to this.
You can't see his name either.
Cam?
Oh, yeah.
It's Cam.
That's...
See, now he's giving up information about the case about some other, co-defendant, and he don't think the feds is going to take his phone? Mark my words, they will take his phone. They tried to take mine for 24 years, and they took it one time for as long as 18 months. I couldn't use the phone. For 18 months, I couldn't call my family, friends, loved ones, only my lawyer in the back with a legal visit. Bottom line, you can't make a three-way call, and you can't give up information about an ongoing case. And he's doing this on a federal phone.
Facts.
And the feds is allowing this. Wake up, y'all. You getting the best content you going to get over here, Unique Make Audio, man.
Yeah.
Damn. Shit, Wack is swearing to me up and down that Luce is really locked up, so I don't know, but the one...
I think he is. I think in different states, he probably might be, they might have him in a county holdover that ain't the full federal holdover. He got to come through this floor right here. Everybody got to come through this floor right here before they go upstairs, so...
All right, let me say this. From what I know about the feds, right? From what I know, from my experience with the feds, no matter where you at, when they put your name in that computer, even if you being, leased out, because what they call leasing your body out to another prison to pay that prison like $2,500 a day to hold you. Say that for food, clothing, electricity, law library, and they run it up to like $2,500 a day to get a federal inmate in their jail, right? So now, when they do that, they still put in a computer what lease out jail you're in. They don't not tell where a federal prisoner is at because the public has a right to know. So that's not looking good that Luce Cannon is not there. I'm just keeping it 100. You understand what I'm saying? Now, they have different jails that they put different people in when you have a big case like what these men have. So being that you got a big case like this, of course they're going to put 5 here, 5 there, and they're going to grab the 5 they think gonna tell and throw them in a nice plus jail and tell them you get to order your meal off the menu for the local restaurant.
Come on, Unique. Come on, talk to the people.
They got to eat that prison food and deal with the prison problems over there, and they might be in a Beverly Hills County jail. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And being treated like a Beverly Hills civilian in order to get them to flip. Because you remember how they said, can we ride?
No, we ain't riding because I'm tired.
They're not going to let him go. They're not even going to want to give him bail. And if they do give him bail, that's where Adams got to show his colors if he's going to pay this $2 million or this $1 million bail. If he loved Big Baby that much. So all these phone calls is real good, but do they add up to monetization of $1 million bail? That's the decision that Adam is going to make, and that's the decision and the position that he's putting himself in by having these phone calls. Bottom line, you know what I mean?
We gotta just pop out on it, man. But why not? I'm a tax-paying father.
That's what I'm saying.
I use that to pop out and show niggas on bloods. You use that to pop out and show niggas like that kid say.
You already know.
And then Adam came on with the video, said he ain't sending him no more money. He ain't paying no bill. And y'all keep messing with this white man, a culture vulture. I think I'm going to end that right there. Oh, no, I'm going to do this one.
Gotta control the trolling, bro. That's what I'm like, bro. We gotta control the trolling because when this family called me,
I didn't believe nothing they said because you got the death year wrong. You telling me it's our little secret. The police they told us. Ain't no motherfucking police go tell you when they finna go arrest nobody, no fucking body for no fucking murder. Get the fuck out of it. And then you text me asking me for money and shit like this right after. Okay, I like, bro, we gonna take this clip and we gonna troll it. Luce Cannon was against it day one. He like, nah, Wack, that's too much trolling. I'm like, man, fuck this dude. Right?
I mean, he ultimately kind of took offense to the idea of you guys airing out all this stuff about Big U, which to me is logically incoherent because he was the same person who was out here spreading the idea that, you know, Big U was basically responsible for Nipsey's death. But that is what led to you guys falling out. And it is so strange to imagine what it would be like if you and Luce Cannon were still cool right now because you did fall out like 4 days before he was arrested.
No, he fell out.
He did fall out.
He fell out.
And you feel like he showed his true colors.
He fell out. Well, I know why he did what he did.
You wanted to make a run for it.
No.
Get up out
from under something totally different. I know why he did what he did. I know why he did. Some backstory to that, right? But what's funny is I knew he was gonna do that. Like I told my girl, okay, this is supposed to be this. It's not gonna be that. He's gonna find a reason to do something. What? I don't know. Right? Because remember, what Flacco told him when he called in? Where did Wack go at you at? If Wack 100 would have went at Luce Cannon, that shit would have been everywhere.
If you had actually attacked him.
Yeah. So when he called in saying Wack ran content on me, they like, what the fuck are you talking about? Where? They're asking him.
Right.
So he got to a point to where he's like, the shit he said wasn't making sense.
In the full spectrum of Wack running content on you, what you actually did was really almost nothing.
Yeah, so he took something and tried to make it.
And that's when they blackballed him. Luce Cannon ain't on nobody's show. He ain't calling in. He ain't doing nothing but on his channel with his girl. I'm not gonna play that, but I am gonna play this one.
And do you start moving once you realize there might be a hit on you?
In this video, you're going to hear internet stories of how people claimed Big U ran his business.
Do you think Shaq left LA because of the gang politics, aka Big U with him?
No, Shaq was already gone. Time Big U come on, Shaq was already on fucking Star Island.
When the little homies see Nip pull up, do you think they gonna stay here and talk to the big homies, Big U and them? They gonna make an about face and say, y'all, there go Nip.
It's called check-in. Now, he ain't come to check in. He just came to get some of this love, you heard? If you ain't got none of this love, I don't know how it's gonna go for you, you heard? But all we doing is spreading love on this side, you heard?
This is alleged, and as you know, anyone can say anything on the internet. But I'm curious to hear what you believe is true and what's a lie. Before we get into it and break down the allegations and even hear an exclusive first-hand account where someone claims Big U put a hit on them.
No, some things just got to be said. Look, you don't got a clue. What you want to do? I'm busy getting rich. You think that I'm going to stop for you?
The song you just heard was rumored to be a diss track Nipsey made for Big U. That song would trigger a series of tragic events. But first, let's see why Nipsey decided to make this song, broken down by Hood War stories.
Animosity between Nipsey and Big U started when Nipsey wanted to cut ties with Big U's label. Nipsey was allegedly locked into a shady deal where he felt he was being extorted by Big U. But according to Big U, his version of the origin of conflict began when Big U left the music industry. Nipsey had Big U's recording equipment and Big U wanted it back. Big U was able to recover the equipment and moved it to his shop on 43rd and Crenshaw, thus making it accessible to other artists, including Nip if he still wanted to use it. Apparently, Nipsey took exception to Big U taking the equipment. They weren't seen eye to eye. And then Nipsey comes out with the song You Don't Have a Clue from his 2010 mixtape The Marathon, which is widely believed to be a diss song aimed directly at Big U, specifically in the first 4 lines of the song.
This is the diss song Nipsey made. That was rumored to be about Big U. It was also said to be the reason Big U ordered a DP on Nipsey, which would trigger a series of events. We'll get into that after this clip.
No, some things just got to be said. Look, you don't got a clue. What you want to do? I'm busy getting rich. You think that I'm gonna stop for you? I built this on my own and everybody know it's true. Still niggas act like they supposed to have control of what I do. But look, they don't got a clue of what I've been through. A nigga ain't had no trust funds or eat off no silver spoons. Nigga ain't had no peace inside my house until I moved. And I the damn sure can't recall having no exit route in you. But really, I don't got a clue of what you even do. So what good is a dream if you can't make your shit come true? What good is a team when everyone depends on you? Hope opportunity don't knock with opportunists in your room. Cause then what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Cause if you sharing your success and not your struggle, you's a fool. Then you start to look like food. The gang don't even chew. Eat you up and shit you out. And then the critics say you through. But look, they don't got a clue what you was trying to do. Keeping it 100, 100, don't keep it you, but I'm gonna tell you what to do. Here is what you do, say fuck the middleman, get on your marathon and get your loot. I hustle cause I have to, not because it's cool and over time.
Following the diss track, Big U subsequently pulls up on Nipsey with some homies and confronts him. They attempted to pick him up so they could discipline him. And this form of discipline does not consist of a head up paid. Before Big U could take Nipsey away from the DP, Black Sam jumped in front and told Big U that Nipsey wasn't going anywhere with them. And Big U responded by wanting Black Sam to stay out of it, saying that Black Sam was never from 60s and that this is gang business. Although he did understand the sentiment of protecting his brother. In addition to the equipment ordeal, family disputes have caused these two to clash in the railway. Nipsey's first baby mother is Big U's niece. During this time, Nipsey and his baby mother were not getting along, as he did not approve the company his baby mother had around his daughter. Allegedly, guns, drugs, and alcohol were in the vicinity. Allegedly, Nipsey would go solo to his baby mother's house and pistol whip the guy his baby mother was with for having his daughter in that unsafe environment. Nipsey beat him up bad to the point he had to get sent to the hospital. Allegedly, his baby mother was harmed in the mix-up as well. Shortly after Big U heard about the incident, he pulled up to Nipsey's store and confronted him about it. Words were exchanged, and it led to them fighting in the alley. Big U allegedly gave Nipsey a beatdown. This led to Black Sam going back inside to retrieve a pistol. He proceeded to fire a shot in the air to get Big U off Nipsey. LAPD arrived almost immediately where they saw Black Sam with a pistol in his hand. The officers then opened fire on Black Sam, but not a single bullet struck him. They were all arrested and taken to the 77th Street Division. All three bailed out the next morning. When Nipsey began collaborating with YG in 2011, he brought YG to 6-0 territory for Nipsey's part in the Bitches Ain't Shit video shoot. Big U did not approve of Nipsey bringing a rapper from Treetop into the set. During the early 2010s, it wasn't very common to have Pyrus hanging out in the 60s. So when Big U got at Nipsey had to defend his decision by having to fight multiple 6-0s just to have YG in their hood. And the love from Nipsey was reciprocated when YG invited Nip to the trees for the I'm a Thug video shoot. The two became good friends and collaborated on numerous songs in the upcoming years. Over the course of the next 7-8 years, Nipsey's career continued to elevate to the next level, including a Grammy nomination for the Best Rap Album, but there were still internal issues behind the scenes. Throughout this period, Big U and Nipsey's relationship seemed to be hot and cold, and for a brief period, they both seemed to be on a good accord.
He sold, he did what no other rapper do today. He sold his own music. He sold his own music. So when I came along and Steve came along, we had a formula that merged with what he do, but he outworked any artist I've seen. I'm talking about business-wise. I'm not talking about on the mic. Because if you notice, this man is more professional than 90% of the dudes who are trying to grow to his level. But I'm saying that to all young men. To a T. He outworked a whole lot of people. And this is the reason why we are giving him the award, the Businessman Award, because he really exudes everything that you need to exercise in business. So let's give this man a hand.
But Black Sam and Big U seem to have never liked each other, with Black Sam disapproving of the way Big U is handling things.
Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Please hit the like button. I'm sleepy. Love y'all. And thank you and shout out to all my subscribers. Hit that like